friends, Shay here. So I've got a couple of new volume ones. They're new to me. Some are new out that I haven't read yet. So I thought I would kind of do a mashup manga first impressions video for you. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let me tell you a little bit about, well, I'll tell you what I know about the things I'm about to read. So first up, I have DNA Doesn't Tell Us, Volume 1. I believe this one's a Yuri, and it has a bunch of different magical creatures. I don't know too much about this. People I know that read a lot more Yuri than I do have enjoyed it, so I'm really interested to see how I feel about Volume 1. The next one I have is Osan Idol, Volume 1. And I believe this is about, like, former, like, Yakuza people who end up being idols. I don't know too much. All I know is they are older, like, in their late 30s kind of a situation. So I'm really intrigued by the whole concept of this. So yes, want to give this a try. And then last but not least is Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, Volume 1. And from what I understand, this is just, about girls who love to play fighting video games and the stereotypes around girls playing these kinds of games. So I'm really excited about this one in particular. So typically what I do when I'm doing like a try three or a manga first impressions kind of thing, I'll read like the first chapter of the volume, come back, chat with you about the general premise in after reading the first chapter, and then I finish the volume and tell you my final thoughts. So I think that's the format I'm going to follow here. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in and I will share my thoughts as I go. Alrighty, so I've now read the first chapter of Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, and I've got a little more information for you. So basically this is an all-girls school, and gaming, whether on your phone, on a laptop, on a console, anything, has been banned. And what happens is the jewel of the school, she's this beautiful girl who transferred in, is found by kind of one of the other transfer students. She was caught playing a fighting game, and this girl happened to know what the game was. So she has now been challenged by our beautiful lady here to play a fighting game against her because she saw her calluses on her hands from her fighting stick. So things are going to move forward from here. I think they're going to find each other like attractive and things are going to move forward. So I do think this is going to be Yuri, which, yay, I'm totally down for it. But yeah, I'm really interested to see where the rest of this volume is going to go. Alrighty, so I just finished Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, and I really adored this. So we have our gal who used to play a lot and had some bad things happen, and so she doesn't play anymore, who gets to fall back in love with gaming through this relationship with this girl. And there's obviously chemistry and things like that. So I'm 95% sure this is going to be Yuri, and I'm totally okay with that. But the way that the art is depicted in the thrill of the moment, in the thrill of playing, of gaming, is really interesting. And I think it's really well done, really well depicted. And I'm really, really excited for the next volume of this one. Okay, so this is not what I thought it was, at least starting out. So we have Miroku, this guy, on the cover. When we start the story, he's a chubby, chubby guy. He had gotten laid off from his job because he was a chubby guy and holed up in his room, holed up in life for 10 years, just living at home, not really doing anything. And then he comes across this, like, Let's Dance video game, kind of Dance Dance Revolution style, or like a Let's Dance, I guess. So he wants to start doing better, and he ends up going to a gym. He starts working out, and he starts eating better, and over time loses weight and becomes this hunk. And he was doing karaoke, and he accidentally uploaded a video of himself doing karaoke, thinking he was sending it to himself, I guess. And it went viral. And that's where we're at after chapter 1. So I'm very excited to see where this goes from here, because the other two guys on the cover have me very intrigued. So this is going to be a lot of fun, I think. So I'm looking forward to it very, very much. And yes, we'll see where things go from here. Okay, so I just finished Osan Idol Volume 1, and I really enjoyed this, much more than I was expecting to. Roku is seriously a sweet bean. I forgot to mention that in the first volume, he had kind of stopped this guy from harassing this girl, and she called him her hero. And all these years later, they get reacquainted because he ends up doing some modeling work, and so she's the assistant to his friend, this guy here, and he's the one who helped him like gain confidence in himself. He was like his friend at the gym because he used to be a big guy too. And so it's amazing. And then this is a guy who has kind of half-heartedly committed to all these things, and then they end up entering a dance competition all together. And by the end of the volume, they've been asked to debut as idols all together. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. It's been really cute and really fun so far, and I just really enjoy it. So I would recommend, if you're interested in this or you like idol culture, I do think it's worth picking up. Okay, so I read the first chapter of DNA Desert Telus, and this is a little bit bonkers. But what's happening here is we have all of a sudden, like, the world has evolved to a point where the animals randomly start transforming into human girls, occasionally with, horns or whatever. So we're following a bighorn sheep primarily. Um, and there's other animals that have had similar things going on. And it looks like we're primarily going to be focusing on a bighorn sheep and a merino sheep, at least according to the first chapter. I know. My husband's over here chuckling as I explain this. But yeah, they're all congregating at this school because they've all been transferred there by the people who found them and whatever. And so the school helps them learn how to get about in society and make sure that their language skills are good and things like that, so that they can actually live a decent life. So that's kind of what this is about. It's a little bit bonkers and banana pants, but I'm still enjoying it. It's cute. So we'll see how the rest of this volume goes. All right. So I finished DNA Doesn't Tell Us, Volume 1, and I'm kind of on the fence at this point. It was a little more fan servicey than I was hoping it was going to be. But yeah, like in concept and in theory, it's really, really cute. But yeah, it was a little more fan service than I was hoping for. So I may borrow the rest of the series before buying it to decide if I would even want to invest in the rest or if I'm just going to end up selling this volume. I don't know for sure. I know I do have a friend who's already read it all. I'm pretty sure she still owns it all, so I can just borrow it from her. So with that said, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, I would love it if you would subscribe and click the little bell so you know when I post new videos. And if you're here just because you love me, leave some sort of gaming related emoji, because I do think that Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games was my favorite of the 3 that I read today. So I'll see you guys in the next one.